These are the gunshots threatening to shatter the fragile peace between India and Pakistan. Ramping up war rhetoric, a targeted militant attack on tourists visiting the stunning hills of contested Kashmir. An attack that left the families of 26 men broken with grief. This newlywed was on her honeymoon when she watched her 26-year-old groom gunned down.
Kashmir is used to violence. It's disputed land ever since partition in 1947, when British India was split into India and Pakistan. The two countries have been fighting over the region in the Himalayas for nearly 80 years now. Both countries claim Kashmir in its entirety, but only control parts of it. And there have been decades of armed separatist insurgency on the Indian-controlled side. Kashmir is one of the world's most militarized areas. But this type of attack is unusual, the deadliest against civilians in nearly 2 decades. And the chilling details have angered many Indians.
Accounts from survivors, mostly women mourning their husbands, show how the gunman operated. There were 6 to 7 men with us, says Sheetal Kalatia. The attackers shot all of them. They took Hindus to one side and killed them. I couldn't save my husband. The fact that Hindu men were seemingly singled out in Muslim-majority Kashmir has prompted visceral anger across India, which is predominantly Hindu, and many setting fire to the Pakistan flag want India to fight back and bomb their neighbor.
See, India blames the attack on Pakistan, which New Delhi claims has what it calls linkages to the massacre, a charge Islamabad denies. But that hasn't stopped tensions from escalating dramatically.
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi chose to speak in English for this message.
I say to the whole world, India will identify, track, and punish every terrorist. We will pursue them to the ends of the earth.
Modi has also given India's armed forces leave to retaliate however they see fit. Cut to Pakistan, where officials say they have credible intelligence that a military attack from India is imminent.
We are ready and we are prepared to take on all sorts of challenges.
It's whipped people up into a frenzy. So much so that students in Kashmir are getting crash courses in first aid and how to stay safe if under attack.
Each side is also flexing its military might as a warning. India released these images of its navy firing missiles to show it's combat ready. Not to be outdone, Pakistan's army chief staged his own show of force, watching as his troops held extensive training exercises in the country's northeast and leading them in patriotic chants. And there's also tit for tat when it comes to non-military pressure tactics.
India shut the main border crossing between the two countries. Both countries closed their airspace. But there's another more potent weapon that New Delhi is using: water. It has suspended a crucial treaty that regulates how river water is shared across their contentious border. Pakistan downstream desperately needs the water for most of its agricultural output and a third of its hydropower. This move is a big escalation. The treaty has not been messed with, even during the 3 previous wars India and Pakistan have fought.
Any attempt to stop or divert the flow of water belonging to Pakistan will be considered as an act of war.
To be clear, the treaty is only on hold and there's no effect yet. India doesn't currently have the capacity to divert rivers nor the infrastructure to store massive amounts of water to deprive Pakistan downstream. What the move has done is provoke fear and uncertainty.
Even panic among farmers in Pakistan who rely on water from the Indus River. If they stop the water, our whole country will become a desert, this man says. Nothing is possible without it.
And it's not just India that's choosing to cross an unspoken line in this decades-long fight. Pakistan is also threatening to suspend something called the Shimla Agreement.
That document, signed in the 70s after the second war the two countries have fought, freezes the line of control, the contentious and heavily fortified border between Pakistan and India, and ensures that no side can change that line unilaterally. Now that rule is also shaky, and all of this escalating tension between nuclear powers has the global community fretting.
Our hope here is that India responds to this terrorist attack in a way that doesn't lead to a broader regional conflict. And we hope, frankly, that Pakistan, to the extent that they're responsible, cooperates with India to make sure that the terrorists, sometimes operating in their territory, are hunted down and dealt with.
The last time these deep-seated tensions flared up in 2019 was after a terrorist attack in Indian-controlled Kashmir that killed 40 soldiers. India retaliated with airstrikes deep in Pakistan, but that crisis fizzled quickly.
This time around, the words are fierce and the rhetoric loud, but both countries are actually quite cautious in all of this, carefully weighing whether strong military action or limited strikes make sense. And there's a reason for India's hesitation, analysts say.
Globally, it's sort of seen as a major rising power. Now, if you get into this back and forth military competition and confrontation with Pakistani side, what happens, it sort of boxes you into South Asia. You are in that sort of dogfight, as it were. Your ability to focus on the larger, bigger things internationally sort of dramatically reduces.
So far, it's been days of tense waiting and still no military strike. Small exchanges of gunfire along the border, but little else. Some say that's to be expected, considering the major risks of an all-out war between sworn enemies like India and Pakistan, both nuclear powers.
The two sides are quite clear about what to do and what not to do, how much to escalate and how much not to escalate. There is no nuclear conversation happening.
That fact does little to soothe the fear and alienation permeating in Kashmir as the Indian-controlled section tries to return to normal, with a security crackdown going on and homes of suspected terrorists demolished. Over on the Pakistan-administered side, a plea. We just want peace. We want both countries to live like good neighbors, this man says. He's had enough after decades of violent insurgency and the threat of more ever present.